Hey, what's up buddies? Jose, Wire Ninjas. We build systems and circuits of integrity. We're also Dreamedia's preferred install partner. What that means is, number one, we make great videos for you guys. Number two, if you need system design, sales, audio video equipment, please hit up Dreamedia. They'll take good care of you, design a whole system, sell you anything you need at the lowest, best prices. Also, they're gonna send you to us, refer you to us for install in this New Jersey area and surrounding area. Today we're in Easton, Connecticut, and I'm gonna show you guys how a PreWire for audio gets done correctly. I'm gonna show you guys how we do things, what we do, and give you guys some insight and some little pointers, tips, and tricks for you, the homeowner, the audio video integrator or systems integrator, as well as the general public for interest or do-it-yourselfers. So let's take a look. All right guys, so we're inside the home. Pardon the lighting. The light's gonna get dim at points of this video. It's a bare stud, unfinished, current state of the build is, we passed first inspection, waiting for the hammering to go away. We passed first inspection and we're hitting insulation now, and then we'll get our insulation, the second inspection done. But let's take a look at these speakers. So this would be the dining room. Check it out, we have two speakers in the dining room, and there's a couple things I want to point out to you guys when doing this, how to do it correctly and what to do. So number one, as always, we establish the origin and destination of the circuit. The origin being the rack downstairs at the basement, and the destination being each speaker. Now, the next step would be to put up your speaker brackets, and I seriously recommend using speaker brackets. Number one, it ensures the drywall and paint work get done to perfection. You have perfect cutouts, perfect paint, perfect drywall work. The speaker cutout's just beautiful. It's cut right for the speaker that you're gonna use. These come in 6 or 8 inch sizes. Number two, they're very easy to use to line up the current aesthetics of the room. So if you're matching a light, you're matching a receptacle, or you want certain aesthetics, these have measurements on them. So you can match these perfectly in the bay or perfectly in line with a light. Whatever it is, it makes your job much easier, more efficient, and more professional. So a couple things with professionalism. Number one, the install itself comes out perfect, but number two, there's other guys working here on site. So when the drywallers come in, they know exactly what to cut out. They know exactly what's there, true audio, speaker. I usually do blue tape and labels. You guys will see that upstairs. Number three, the wire's there, it's ready. So the next guy that comes in, he knows exactly what to do, and he leaves me a perfect situation, which I left him. It's a matter of respect. So I made his job easier to do. There's no guesswork. Everything is known. A lot of times you'll see pre-wires done. They don't use these brackets, and what happens then is, unfortunately, a lot of times the drywallers will drywall right over the speaker line, which is a huge headache. The speaker line can be found with pictures, with audio tones, but it's a real hassle. Creates a lot more time in the field and a lot more cost for you, the homeowner, in the end. So if you use the brackets, you avoid all that nonsense. As far as wiring this thing goes, what I like to do is to separate the circuit path into 2 runs, and there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, it makes it easier for us in the field. It makes it more efficient for us in the field, so the cost is lower for the homeowner, the builder. Also, you add a layer of control. So we put in these receptacles, we do volume controls, and that splits the circuit in half. So the circuit's gonna get joined at this receptacle, but what that means is now I can run 1 wire or 2 wires, one to each speaker, and then run back to the rack. So it makes it a lot easier to pull this wire. We're not dealing with 8 90-degree bends trying to pull the wire, between floors and stuff like that. And the end result's a lot cleaner. So when it comes to audio pre-wire, you should be using brackets. You should be taking into account the acoustics of the room, the spatial parameters, how big is the room, how many speakers you need. Also, you should be using 12-gauge audio cable. I see a lot of builders using 16. It's doable, but using Ohm's law, referring to Ohm's law, you should know that certain distances, carrying certain loads, or speakers drawing a certain amount of power, you need a thicker wire in most cases. So it's good to just use the 12-gauge cable. You can also use 14.4 double stacked, which I think it comes out to 12 or a little bit, more than 12, a little bit fatter than 12. When it comes to wire, I don't know. Recommendations, Kimber's amazing. Kimber makes amazing cable, but it's incredibly expensive. Although I do understand, because it's a near perfect product when tested with electronic equipment. I mean, the signal to noise, whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but Kimber's probably the best wire out there. If you want Kimber's quality or very close to Kimber, but not paying crazy amounts of money for it, I would look into Blue Jeans cable. Aside from that, most people fall into the monoprice boat, which isn't a bad boat to be in. The cable's been tested. It's pretty damn good cable. And for the price, I mean, you can't come close, man. And so I'd rather you go 12 gauge monoprice over, 16 gauge local dealer distributor, Home Depot. Home Depot's not cheap for this stuff. So use your speaker brackets, use 12 gauge audio cable, use volume controls. Volume controls don't add a lot of cost to it in the end, but it adds a lot of functionality and another layer of control or zone control. So it's really nice to do that. And aside from that, I would get your brackets up and make sure you secure your wire along the stud bays. Make sure everything's neat and clean. Low voltage in a lot of states, you don't have to secure wire in this fashion. You don't have to be as neat as, let's say, a full electrical job, or regular electrical work. They have a lot more stringent parameters that they have to meet. But I like to make my runs clean, beautiful, neat, away from everything, safe, so that they last long, so that nobody cuts through them. You want to be halfway up the bay so that no one can drill through it later in time. Oh, we could talk about shielded versus unshielded cable. I always prefer shielded cable. Oh, the last thing I wanted to mention is shielded cable. So shielded cable is definitely a good idea. It's very rare, but it does happen where the electrical system does bleed into the audio system. And shielded cable will save you in that event. The cost is a lot higher, but it's very well worth it in my opinion, because you don't want to be, 6 months later, house is built, speakers are going in, and you start getting noise through the speakers. It's not pleasurable, and people aren't happy when that happens. And if you're an installer, the homeowner will hold you accountable in some sense, And to try to maintain a good working relationship with you, your clients, homeowners, builders, whatever it is, it's best that you advise this at least let it be known. Even if they don't have the budget for it, you have to let them know. Or you should be aware that you should be using shielded cable, because there's electrical everywhere. These guys kind of take priority on the site. They run their cable wherever they want. Sometimes things are added after the fact. And also, on that note, you should be keeping a certain distance, if possible. I know it's not always possible, but if you do intersect electrical cable, make sure you do it at a 90-degree, or let's say, a cross intersection. Let me try to find an example of that. I don't know if we have one down here. Oh, there you go. So check it out. Audio cable going up. You see that? You see that cross right there? That's my audio cable going this way. The electrical is going this way. So if you have to intersect the electrical, make sure you do it in this X fashion or this cross fashion. It's going to be the best case scenario for you to mitigate any noise getting in there. But yeah, that's about it. The lighting is crazy. All right, guys. So I gave you the ins and outs of pre-wiring for audio. Use your brackets, use the right cable for you, your budget, shielded, not shielded, all things to consider. Use volume controls and make sure you use these receptacles as well as the brackets. Keep everything clean, keep your runs clean, take the extra time and effort to secure your wire to the stud bays. About halfway down the bay is good, or at least 2 inches past the drywall line. You want that clearance, because if someone mounts something to the drywall and they use a 2-inch drywall screw, they could shoot right through your line, and it ruins a lot for you and your home, your homeowner, whoever it is. So I hope I gave you what you need, or the tools or the knowledge you need to go forward with whoever you're using for the install, the pre-wire, or if you're doing it yourself, hopefully you can use this stuff in your path. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Oh my gosh, is that the Dreamedia van in my neighborhood? What? Wait, Dreamedia, come back! We need you!